Hello, I just want to make sure that I am starting. I guess I should have brought, yeah, it looks like it's working. So, hi, my name is Cynthia, and I am an Akashic Wisdom Keeper, and I just wanted to pop on today spontaneously to open up the Akashic Records as I have been inspired to do and see what comes through for all of us. I have been wanting to do a group event once a month, and the last one was the December Dreaming Circle. And January has felt like such a time loop, wormhole where it's taken forever, but at the same time, it's been deeply purifying for me, deeply intense, and I've needed a lot of rest and recovery. But I have been feeling the pull to come on here, just open up the Akashic records and see what comes through. And I'm going to be using Tara Preston's Flower of Life Akashic, the Flower of Life method, and I just would like to voice that I have been taught in different methods, and the reason that I really love this method is it really does drop you into that connection with Mother Gaia and pure source consciousness, in addition to the Akashic records, which are held in the fifth dimension, and really anchoring into that feminine wisdom. And it's just such a strong container that it opens. And I'm bringing this up because she is about to open she's already opened the school gates for the next training, which will be beginning on February 1st. And some of you guys might be called to actually want to be an Akashic wisdom keeper yourself. And the other fun part that I really wanted to voice and make message to is like my guides have changed, and the way that it even comes through has been shifting radically as I do each session. And so it's really fun to see and explore. In Tara's school, she will like teach you a very, very structured way, but she very much knows and understands the feminine flow and opening up and seeing what it comes. And what I also love is all the other graduates. We all have such different ways that these messages come through and are combined with. I know I love Patricia Walt Hodkins and all the work that she's doing with Voices of Gaia, which is also a huge medicine piece that I have been weaving in, and with Kim, who is a part of our family here too, with the Ambassadors of Love. And it's like those three have really begin to like merge in my own medicine as I'm finding my own voice and expression. And so if the school doesn't call to you right now, you might be called to do a session with me or with Patricia or with one of the other graduates to really just it's just so unlimited, the potential that comes through in this field. And I know on a personal level, like there's just so much I could talk about what has coming up for me. But what I really love about dropping into this sacred space is it's not about me. It's about what is coming out for the collective, for the highest and best in the form of a meditation, in the form of clearing work, in the form of a guided journey. It's been fun to explore because it's been different each time. So if you would like to join me, if you're catching this replay, thank you so much. I'm sending you all my love. And I've just lit this beautiful candle here. And let's just go ahead and drop into the field and see what wants to be said. Oh, Tanya, thank you for saying hi. Yeah, just catch the replay whenever it feels good. All right, so let's just go ahead and begin to ground together now. So just taking a deep breath in at the count of 5. Pausing at the top. And with this exhale, just exhaling the busyness of the day. Deep inhale in, just inhaling all this light and love. Pausing at the top. And exhaling any expectations of today's session. And another deep inhale in. Pausing at the top. And with this exhale, just really allowing your body weight to drop and drop, open and expand until you feel fully held by Mother Earth. Now we're just going to bring this rose quartz light to the heart chakra center located at the center of your chest. Allow this rose quartz light to begin to gently swish and swirl, releasing, clearing, nourishing, and opening your heart chakra center. See a gold door about 50 feet above your head, and from there visualize gold, pink, and sparkly white light cascading down, entering through the top of your head, filling you up from the tips of your toes and into your whole body. See this gold light fill the energetic womb space, swishing and swirling. And take this gold light down through the core of your body into the core of Mother Earth. Attach this gold light into a pink rose quartz crystal. And just give yourself a minute in the core where I could feel in my body a big release and expansion in the heart center. So just taking this deep breath in, breathing into your heart, and I'm just seeing this golden light just grow with each inhale and just release. And now we're just going to bring this earth energy back through all layers of earth, crust, soil, root, and rock, through the bottoms of our feet, back into our womb space. I now request that the temples of divine love, light, truth, abundance, wisdom, and divine power to descend around us now. I call in our guides, teachers, masters, Akashic guardians, angels, and goddesses to be present with us here now. I ask the creator of all beings to create a protective space of 100% light and love around us, banishing all negative influences, should there be any. And I ask that this is a divinely protected space where only the highest frequencies of love and light shall pass in and out of. At the center of your heart chakra, see a pink rosebud and begin to see the bud open. Give yourself a moment to be in the energy of your heart space. I'm just seeing gold and emerald light emanating. And from this space, allow the golden grid of the flower of life to begin to expand and swirl from your heart space located at the center of your chest. Let this pure wisdom and high frequency light, the radiant divine substance of all of creation that is interwoven into all of life, begin to permeate and infuse itself within you, out from you, and all around you and into the Akashic Field. Let this light continue to grow, expand, and interpermeate with the physical and non-physical reality that exists before you, all around you, and within you. Let this radiant divine substance of all life that flows through all things continue to flower and expand from your heart chakra, merging you to the infinite wisdom of the Akashic Field. Then feeling, seeing, sensing now as the doors of the Akasha and all the wisdom and love of the Akasha open now to you. Let the doors of your awareness open to receive the light, wisdom, and love of the Akasha, and continue to feel and sense the energy coming down around you, holding you in a sacred energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. And if you wish for your records to be open, just state yes. And I do energy medicine too, and a lot of energy comes through. So putting yourself just in a receptive position with your hands up, or saying yes if you consent to it, just to allow this medicine and love and light to flow through. And I'm just really being gravitated now to our throat chakra. where I'm just seeing teal light, which is interesting for the throat chakra, but we'll go with it, just kind of like infusing and swishing around, where it just feels very raw on the inside. So just sending this love and light into our throat chakra, feeling it swish around. Where I am seeing like the inside of a whirlpool. And it's really gravitating me to that spiral where it kind of looks like that snail shell, really spiraling in and just letting this spiral infuse all the way down. I'm seeing it go all the way down through our esophagus and going into our solar plexus. Just doing some clearing. And weaving into our heart center. And I'm seeing like an odometer. And I know my energy has been super low. Feels like my life force is really low. And we still are in January, where it really is a time of rest and rejuvenation. And there is a lot of pressure to keep moving that we get from the outside world and maybe even from your internal world. But I'm seeing that the gas gauge is on empty and it's in the red. And so really allowing your body and your body's wisdom to let you know when it's time for you to go and when it's time to rest. And really honoring the rest cycles is just as sacred as when you're going. It does feel like things are going to speed up for us really fast when it starts to speed up. But right now, we're really being invited to just wrap ourselves up in this nourishing embrace. And right now I'm seeing a really big dragon come forward, and we're standing there and we just look little itty bitty right next to this dragon's face. And it looks like the face of the dragon is very similar to the dragon in the never-ending story. And he's nuzzling us. And just allow yourself to sink into the soft cheek of this dragon, because this dragon, it has a lot of soft fur on its cheek. It has a lot of really soft hair, and it's nuzzling us. And so just like nuzzle up to your dragon and just breathe deeply. And allow your soul and yourself and your spirit to be nourished. And the color of this dragon is white. And so really going into the energy of white as the white light that pierces all darkness. And it's going back into the throat chakra. And I'm seeing it like come out like different sun rays going through the clouds, being filtered. So just letting this filtrate your system now, as we're just like releasing any energies that are no longer serving, and letting this white light seep in through any of shadowy places and just shine light on the darkness. And now I'm seeing a lighthouse. And so it's like as above, so below. So just as I saw the pillars of light getting streamed through the clouds, like the sun rays set on the earth, I'm seeing the lighthouse now shining its light upwards, and it's shining its light. And they're meeting in the middle, in this middle area. They're not touching yet. And I'm just seeing the lighthouse setting its light out in a Morse code, in a signal, as a beacon, and as a signal of readiness. And it's just sky between them, just clear blue sky. Right now, I'm just being told to just listen to that silence in the in-between space, because it's very intentional that these lights aren't touching as we're still in this in-between space of silence. And so right now, in the opportunity, since we're sitting here all together in the Akashic Field, allow yourself to sit in the silence between the sun rays and the rays of the lighthouse, because there's a communication that's going on between you as your lighthouse. It's it's standing as a pillar of your light that you're anchoring on earth, and listen to the messages and send any messages to the sun right now in this silence. And I'm just gonna sit here for 3 minutes for us to listen to the silence. And I keep on seeing this spiral, like, I think it starts with an F, the sacred geometry, but I'm seeing it as a fern leaf that has newly begun with its new growth. I'm seeing that just really furl open like in ferngully. And I'm seeing a snail with a really big house on its back. And even the antennas of this snail are spiraling out. And there's quite a few messages coming through about this, really tuning into that spiraling energy of new life. But going back to the snail's house is really big. And it's too big for its body, and it's carrying too many things. And there's an invitation to take this opportunity of rest to clear out the old, to clear, literally, quite physically, go through your closets, go through your old things, and just clear out the clutter, Yep. And take some of that weight off your back, because there's still an opportunity. I know we did this really big in December, and I'm sure you have as well, of really closing up and letting go of old projects and from 2023 that doesn't want to come forward. And there's just an invitation to take this a little bit deeper, continue to see what wants to be let go and cleaned out. So there's not as much weight on your back right now. It really feels like the house is too big and too heavy. And there's just, we're carrying around too much in our intimate home space. So just tuning into that energy of the snail. But then, of course, it's also really highlighting the antennas of the snail as well. And these antennas, like, ooh, clearing out some of that old. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. And the antennas are what that was clearing. They're telling me is like fear around contacting our starseed family, because there's a lot of galactic and starseed support coming down for everybody in the community that is watching this replay. And there's still quite a bit of fear of just conditioned responses of I'm hearing like beliefs of if it's actually real, allowing it to come in and believing it. And so I'm actually seeing that whirlpool coming in, and we're just swishing and swirling. We're releasing any fears. I'm going to go ahead and just in this moment, ask for the violet flame to be present now, or we're going to throw everything into the violet flame, requesting that everything be cleared around fears of contacting our star family, and our star family being able to connect with us. And we're going to release this right to the point of creation, backwards and forwards, through all space and time, through all dimensions. We're going to ask everything to be transmuted to divine love and light and released fully back to source. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. And I'm just seeing this kind of like Milky Way through the galaxy swirl kind of going in. And then it's landing within our heart space. And so it's just like the wisdom, like all this galactic starseed wisdom. Like I literally just saw that as a as a as a galactic whirlpool, like of the Milky Way, just being pulled into our heart. I saw it getting like sucked into our heart. All this wisdom of the stars, all the wisdom of our ancestors, our holy and healed ancestors that have set us to this spot, and they're really lighting up our pineal gland and our third eye right now. And I'm feeling the pressure right here in our third eye. And one exercise that we can really do to open that up is you could just start saying I see, or you could roll your eyes to the top of your head and kind of like just blink and put that focus and energy over and imagining that pine cone right there. And just really start focusing this attention, because it's kind of like it's kind of sucked through our heart space and kind of like going up into our pineal gland, and they want to express to us that through our open heart, we're accessing this galactic wisdom that's even beyond our body's knowing, because this is the vision of the stars, the visions that are bigger than us, that are coming in and ready to be visualized and seen. So there might be a lot of visionary archetypes that are in here listening to this. And now I'm just like, there's dragons that are coming in again, and they're swirling around us, and they're really giving us the message. And this is a very, so this is really fun. There's these beautiful childlike dragons that are like, showing up in the field. They look to me a lot smaller, but that's just an illusion. They can make themselves as big or small as they want to be, but they're playing, and they're all different colors, and they're playing with each other in the sky, and they're wanting to invite you to fall into deeper trust with your imagination, because this is a a deepening of activation of how we access our information through our open heart and through our pineal gland to, like, I'm literally seeing this gateway being opened up, like going through our heart chakra, up our throat, all the way up, like in, like, no wonder I'm having sinus clearing. I was wondering what this was all about. Through our third eye, where I see it coming out as a projection, like, you know, like when you watch like a movie projection, and and I'm it's it's looking, so it's like now we're standing and it looks like we're walking around with like our headlamp on, and the headlamp has different shapes coming out of it, different projections, different messages. And fall into deeper trust. This is getting accessed also through your imagination and through your inner visioning. And this is an upgrade. This is an upgrade, and this is allowing us to see the higher vision. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. And as I see that, I see like in the Jungle Book, you know how he climbs the tree by, he has like kind of like a rope that he goes around the tree, and he just is with his bare legs, and he's like climbing the tree with like a bear, but it's like kind of like moving it around the tree and then moving himself up and then moving up the tree and then scooting himself up. And so we're like just scooting ourselves up this big tree right now. And bear energy is now coming in, energy of the bear, as we're like kind of bear climbing the tree, like a sun bear, like one of the little sun bears. I love it. And we're climbing all the way. Oh, wow, this is so fun. We're climbing all the way to the top of the trees like they have in the rainforest. So I've been to Borneo. I've been really honored to go to Borneo and go to the rainforest. And so I know they're showing me a scene I'm familiar with right now where there's this hive of stingless bees that are at the very, very, very top of the trees, and they are so high up that actually the sun bears like can't really get them that easily. That's why they go so high up in the trees, and they're making this beautiful honey and this beautiful nectar. But we're able to. They're actually climbing us all the way to the top. I'm seeing us like Winnie the Pooh, and I'm seeing us taking in this sweet nectar of these stingless bees. And right now, I just invite you to listen. Like right now, like just like hug the tree, and oh my God, like there's so much beautiful energy coming in, beautiful rainforest, very, very ancient, that is just like we're hugging the tree and we're feeling that energy. And again, it's like really nuzzling our cheek. There's a lot going I don't and it's there's been some ancestral healing going on with my gums. And so it feels like pressing around the cheek is also going into our gums and the roots of our gums, where there's been deep ancestral healing around. For me, it's been around releasing over giving, and where I've been conditioned to over give. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask the violet flames to be present now, where we're going to throw everything into the violet flames around over giving. But go ahead and tune into your gums right now, and what wants to be ripped out by the roots. There's something that you're really triggered by, whether you got triggered by over the holidays or something that you've really been triggered by one of your family members recently, and you're just like, enough is enough. I'm clearing this. I'm like torching this out of the field. For me, it's over giving, but there might be something different for you. Let me give you a moment to tune into what that is for you. And now we're going to just ask for the violet flames to be present, throwing everything into the violet flames to be cleared from the records now, right to the point of creation, backwards and forwards, through all space and time, through all dimensions. We're going to ask everything to be transmuted to divine love, light, and released fully back to source. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. And they're also just wanting to release some tension around the jaw. This is a place where we hold on to a lot of tension and anxiety. So just really consciously, and this is like opening up between like the ears and everything, just like Oh, that actually, I guess I really needed this. This is the other reason, guys, I love doing these sessions on others, because it's medicine for you first, too, and just an opportunity to get into the Akashic wisdom, too, and just allow your jaw to open and close and release any tension, maybe move it side to side, whatever feels good. But there's a lot of clearing that wants to happen around like our ears. Oh, oh my gosh, that feels so good. Yeah. And yeah, so tuning back into the tree. Now that we did all that, oh no, actually no, not yet though, you said. Now imagine like this beautiful mouthwash of crystalline clear water, and just swishing it around your mouth, just allowing like the flora in your mouth to be cleansed, the around your gums, around your teeth, around your tongue, just really swishing this water and spitting it out. I'm seeing us take like a toothbrush without any toothpaste on it, but just getting some of that debris out. And with this, know that when we're rinsing it out, we're going to be rinsing out some of this ancestral gunk that we don't need anymore, that is just not wanting to be carried. And when you brush your teeth tonight, I invite you to really consciously do this. When you do the water, swish it and see if anything continues to come into your consciousness, and just use the water to invite that to cleanse the area, and just spit it out. Let it go back into the core of Mother Earth for it to be regenerated and feed the 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 roots of the trees that are for the new growth coming in. And now we can move on to our ears. So now that our jaws are nice and relaxed, and you know that you're not clenching and everything, allow your ears to be opened up. And they're really focusing on that ear tunnel. So allowing that ear tunnel to be cleared and cleansed and spiral open. Let that expand and open others, and really allow yourself to enjoy the buzzing of these bees. So tuning back into these stingless bees and this beehive. I'll look up pictures and post it. It's such a beautiful thing. And yeah, just tune in to the buzzing of the bees. There's medicine here for us. And now the bees are coming out, and they're stingless. There's nothing to be scared of, and they're landing on our face. And it's quite vulnerable, because like it's literally all over our, like the front of our face. And so they're not shy. Like our eyes are closed. I see them on our eyelids. I see them all over our face. I could feel them, our ears. And it tickles. It's kind of funny. And I'm just gonna tune in and ask why they're on our face. It's like when the fish that eat the dead skin off your feet, like in pedicures, and that you could get in some places. It's They're taking dead skin off of our face. It's so interesting. See, this is the fun thing. You really never know where these are going to go. And just, yeah, they're just giving us a beautiful facial. Oh, this is so fun. Yeah, it's rejuvenating. This is, it's it's connecting me also with another tree that's in Borneo that is constantly shedding. It's called the eternity tree, because it never grows old, but it doesn't have the rings that other trees have. It's constantly shedding its bark, and with that the renewal is coming up. And so very similar to like the snake energy of like shedding the skin, but this is like shedding the tree bark. And so this is being done on our face to give us youth. It's like drinking the fountain. It's like drinking the fountain of youth. This is about like, you know, and feeling younger, like being rejuvenated, drinking in like feeling younger. Like this is like literally like making us younger, more youthful, like that spa treatment. So you could even do this in a literal way to help embody this medicine, and take it a step further, because doing embodiments of this energy just really helps anchor and harness it in. But imagine like these bees like literally giving you this facial while connecting into the energy of the, like this eternity tree that's taking away your dry skin, but it feels really good, and it's really natural, and it's not, you don't have to force it. Like this is like a feel good spa that you get to like release and feel rejuvenated. So this is a very restful, nourishing session today, because we all need the rest and rejuvenation and the spa and the pampering. These bees are doing this for us right now. And now there's a beautiful queen bee that's coming out through the hive with a microphone, and she is like coming out like a cuckoo clock would, and it's very theatrical. This is very cheerful. This is again really wanting to awaken and nourish our inner child, as well as like she's just singing right now from this microphone from the hive, and she loves it. She's just putting on a show. She feels the glamour. She just got this facial, and she's just singing her heart out. So tuning in to her song. And I just see her taking a crown and putting it on each one of our heads, and crowning us now with this queen bee energy, and this energy of being and not doing, and commanding miracles from a restful, fun, and playful place. And going back into that throat chakra where we came in the very beginning of just really not being like, she's fearless. It's just fun for her to grab the microphone, come out, and just like be showy, sing her song, have fun. Like this is literally just fun, and the energy is picking up, the hive is picking up, and it's becoming more joyful and more cheerful. And there's just an invitation here from this queen bee to not be burdened by the weight of your crown. She's telling us that the crown doesn't have to be heavy. There's a really, she's drawing my attention to the fact how high we are up in the tree. I really have to show you this video, because these are enormously tall trees, and like she's really high up, and I lost it. I let myself get distracted by this tree. I love this tree so much. Oh, levitating. She's high up. She's high, like she's high up. She's floating. Like they're like above the gravity, above the density. This is where she's singing. This is where she's accessing. This is where she's controlling the dynamics of the hive. This is where it's light. It's light. And so like the crown that she placed on your head, like it's not heavy, it's light, it's up in the air, it's like floating. And so like, yes, there is responsibility of wearing this crown, because this crown is symbolic of being stewards of the earth, but it doesn't have to be a heavy responsibility. In fact, this is like a joyful pleasure, and this is your heart's desire, and it gets to be fun, and it gets to be playful, and it gets to be light. And so again, we're just weaving back into the snail who had a really big shell and it was like too heavy for it to carry. Where can we lighten up, right? And this is, oh yeah, goosebumps. This is where Green Tara comes in. If you ever need an ascended master that will help you, how light can you make enlightenment? And Green Tara comes forward and she's dancing with her leg forward, right? In a dance with life. And so inviting this energy of, move your body, allow your body to move and to dance and to flow and be playful and say, how light can we make enlightenment? How light can we wear this crown? How playful can we make it? How much can we nourish our inner child through it? And so with this, we're just going to dance ourselves away all the way down. So we're kind of now floating around, and I'm just seeing we're just moving our body, and we actually notice that we stop clinging to the tree because we don't need the tree, because we're floating in midair, because we can, because we're that light. And it's very much like is it Mary Poppins? Oh no, I don't. What movie is it? Where they're all just like drinking the tea and they're up in the air and laughing, and like Peter Pan, like with the happy thoughts. And so whenever you're feeling that density come in, like where can you tune in to the happy thoughts that are gonna make you feel like you're floating on air? And when the fear creeps in, that's going to cause you to fall back. That's going to fall you back on earth and into the density. So how long can you allow yourself to realize that you're not attached to the tree anymore, and that you're just literally floating in air and you're like dancing in all glee without letting that fear come over? But now, the next magic that wants to come in and infuse us is the ability to dance our way down. So now, just like we were climbing the tree, like big and up, now we're using the motion, like this flowy dance motion, just to like bring us down. So like I'm feeling it in the core, just kind of like our body letting us know to slowly gravitate as it's slowly time for us to start closing this field up. And we're just gonna start wiggling our way back to the ground. And now we're gonna feel our feet planted back on the ground. And notice your bare feet. So look down at your feet. And do you have claws? Are you an animal? Like I'm seeing bare feet, like BEAR feet. So tuning into now your animalistic side. What animal is coming forth? I'm seeing some people with big rabbit hare feet. I am seeing big bear feet. What else am I seeing? Cat paws. So just look at your feet and see what animal feet you might have on you. And allow this animal to be your guide to take you forward into, like, kind of through Imbolc for the next however long this little animal guide wants to stay with you. to help you awaken this animal instinct in you. So I'm feeling like this is already one of your power animals, maybe even an animal that you have been in a lifetime. You know, I do Akashic record reading sometimes on individuals, and you will find there are a polar bear or a grizzly bear or a river otter. So like, we haven't always just all been human, and this goes with our star seed lineages too, right? Like, we get to access it all in this field. It's so fun. And so just feeling into the animal that is ready to these instincts and intuition and these responses of these gifts of this animal wants to be bestowed upon you and carry you through even beyond this call. Like, this is a guide that actually wants to work with you over the next couple weeks, at least I'm hearing. And I guess that brought up some fear for some people. There's still some fear around these animalistic primal characteristics that we carry. And the fear revolves around, like, I mean, they're just so instinctive and intuitive, right? Like, as humans, we can get so much in our mental body, and animals, they don't have that same pressure that we have. They just know, and they act, and they do, and from a human judge point too, I know I've seen bumper stickers that say animals don't make war, and I'm like, oh man, you don't know enough about the animal kingdom. I love the animal kingdom, so I know that there is some weird stuff that goes down, but it's all right. It's all perfect. There's no right or wrong. It's very instinctive, very and very in tune with the earth and Gaia and the cycle of life and the cosmic laws. And so fears around using your primal animalistic qualities. So this is like your wild side that, like, it just doesn't answer to anybody. It doesn't even have time. It doesn't even make it to the mental body. By the time it makes it to your mental body, it's already done. Sorry. So we're going to clear around any fears behind this by just asking for the violet flame to be present, throwing everything to the violet flame, requesting that everything be cleansed from the record now, right to the point of creation, backwards and forwards, through all space and time, through all dimensions. We're going to ask everything to now be transmuted to divine love and light and released fully back to source. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. It's so funny. So why am I doing this to my chin? It's like the thinker, right? Like, they have me like petting my chin like this right now and like contemplating. So I'm just going to tune into that. What are you what are you overly contemplating and not taking action on? It is something that you could write down. I should actually probably write it down so I could cue that later. I don't have a pen next to me. What are you overly contemplating and not taking action on? Stop thinking about it. Do it. That's the message. It's like very primal. It's a waste of your energy. And you might miss the moment if you get stuck in the contemplation of it. Where can you just allow this primal, intuitive, animalistic qualities to just act first and think later? And where can the inner rebel in you say, where can it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission? Yeah, and just allowing that laughter in, knowing that laughter is the best medicine, feeling back into the lightness of this primal energy, and like, see if you could like because there was some density around it. So what they're having us, what I'm actually visualizing right now, and it even is like seeing Tigger bouncing on his tail, and this buoyancy with this that is specifically connected to your primal nature. How, like, just like Green Tara was coming in with how light can we make enlightenment, this is like how buoyant and how fun can you make, like, just like being responsive to the environment and to nature around you. And as I say that, like, I'm actually seeing us with our hands, like nature responding and dancing with us, and we're able to co-create and dance, and all of the abundance from nature is coming towards us or against us, just depending on what our emotions and what our body language is communicating with them. And so, like, letting yourself play with your senses in the natural environment, and let the things come to you, and let your primal instincts and intuition be a very fun, lighthearted thing, instead of being fearful of your power. Because right now I'm seeing that black snake come in, and it's really even representing Lilith, and we're going back into balancing the power animals, like the really, like, powerful ones, with the softer animals, and allowing them to dance together, the prey and the predator, letting them all dance together in a very playful space, where if one needs one thing or the other, it just gravitates very naturally, very effortlessly, and very joyfully. And even when, like, it's just like, it's just seeing the whole cycle of life. Like, I'm just seeing it not being a big deal. Like, even eating the prey, like, it's just not that big of a deal. That was part of their purpose here, and they know that they're going on to the next thing, and it just doesn't have to be a big deal. And now I'm just seeing us looking back down at our paws, and our paws are turning back into human feet. But what was left when we shape-shift back into our complete human self was this feather. And each one of us has a different feather, and it's from a different type of bird. And this feather is going to be very symbolic of another spirit guide that is yeah, our pause. Did you just jump on in, Tara? You're going to want to watch the replay. This is a really fun one. I'm doing one of your Akashic record readings. It's very animalistic. But we're just picking up this feather right now. Now that we've shapeshifted back to our human self, and this feather is another guide that's coming forward. And so for me, it's a very angelic presence, but there's also very much the energy from the bird. Oh, you did watch it. Oh, I don't know. Maybe but yeah, this feather is as a message for us, and we're getting handed this feather. And so, like, there is some of us that have like a very angelic quality with it, and then some of it's really coming from like the bird kingdom. But both of both all wherever your feather is, and whatever type of feather you have just picked up, there's that feeling of taking flight and the energy of taking flight. So if this feels good to you, you could pick up this feather and you could put it into your heart space, and to allow this buoyant feeling of taking flight. And yeah, yours is angelic. There's definitely a very It's funny because, like, my feather is really big, and it has like white dots on it, and it's brown. And so it is like a very birdy. I don't even know what bird it's from because it kind of feels like hawk energy, but it is like a masculine bird, but it's still like, even though it's very bird and it feels like it's from the bird kingdom, it still is angelic. And I know that, there's different dragons, and there's dragons that are much more angelic than others dragons. And so it does feel like there's like this bird angelic tribe that these feathers are coming from. But it does seem like we all have a different bird. And yeah, so just pulling that into your heart if it feels good. And yeah, I'm just going to tune in to see if there's any last messages, but it is starting to feel complete. So I'm just reminding you of that one question too, of what have you been contemplating but not taking action on? And just inviting you to allow yourself to feel rested and rejuvenated with the facial spa, right, that came in, allowing your body to dance. What thoughts give you that buoyancy that you're like sitting here having a tea party, floating on air. So just like taking these different types of energies that we've been playing with today and pulling those in. And then that natural shedding process that it just doesn't have to be painful. And thanking the queen bee, thanking the trees. And now I'm just going to go ahead and close the records now. So I'm going to thank the guides, guardians, helpers, and angels, and all that have been part of this experience here today, knowing that all the healing and intentions that have been part of our work today will continue to unfold to completion, calling back into existence the door between the worlds. The Akashic records are now closed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. And seeing the golden of grid flower of life coming back into your heart space and the door actually closing. So thank you everybody for being a part of it, for watching the replay, for playing in the Akashic space with me. And I'll put the post below in case you did want, if you are feeling called to be a Akashic wisdom keeper yourself. It's so unlimited, the potential of this field, and Tara's school really does walk you through all the business practices of it, group work, all like just so many unlimited potentials. And it's very much coming from this divine feminine flow, joyful space. And if you wanted to just explore and dance and be guided through your Akashic records, then I am having a special for only $88 for 90 minutes with me. And so that also gives us time just to share and connect, where I could get to know you, and then we'll tune into the Akashic records. And there's opportunities to take this longer. You could do for $144, we could do a 2-week portal that dramatically amplifies the field, because it is like being handed a suitcase where it turns into a portal where that whole time together is going to be like a quantum cooker of really clearing out what's really blocking you. And then I'm also opening a position for only 5 women to work with me for 4 months every other week, and we'll be meeting monthly as well, to really start, whether it's the Akashic Wisdom Keeping session or Shamanic Ancestral Healing session, to just dive deep and see what gifts there are waiting for us when we receive this intuitive guidance. And so lots of fun ways to work with me closer if it's calling you. And hi, Abigail. So good to see you here. You just caught me here at the very end, but if you have the time, this is a very fun replay. And yeah, this is my inner child's altar behind me. And so this is very much my inner child hugging the earth and with her wings as a peace symbol behind, and how I just love to connect into my why and my love and everything like that. So thank you everybody for beaming in, and I will be in touch.